Hello, welcome fellow Mythrunians. It's another weekly live stream. Tonight we're going to be messing with costumes and finishing up the Halloween mod so I can start putting plots down on the server so people can claim their houses. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, there's a new release up, my site seems to be getting hammered, so WordPress is actually like the I need to switch off WordPress, but like I don't. Let's see. I copy this tab, duplicate tab. Yeah, so I've like reached my resource limit or something. There's like 100 active connections or 100 processes or something. I don't know what's going on. Intermittently, it does work. To the Discord channel, I've posted direct links if you want to download the Linux or Windows version. That should work because it bypasses WordPress. I will make it a higher priority to get off of WordPress very, very soon and move over to the new site, which looks more like this, but is not fully operational yet. Anyway, yeah, I meant to mention those with the patrons streaming up. Definitely helped me keep the lights on. It's really cool. And looks like, according to this, we don't have any viewers, but if you happen to join, please say hi. Alright, let's go ahead and minimize that. And I've already got the thing up and running. What I figure I'll do is... Oh, you can change your skin and hair color. What I'll do is maybe create a few characters, because one of the things we're going to have to do is... so once I put a bunch of these down, I have to start, like, letting multiple players pick them and things. And hey, Bromcram, how's it going? And so we'll have to like, yeah, it's cool when you're running. You can see your hat kind of coming into the screen there. So anyway, as I make different costumes for different characters, I'm gonna come claim these signs. Let me make sure I've got my. Oh no. Oh, yes. Crap. So I took those out of the items because they're supposed to be loaded by the scripts now, but because I already created objects with those, they're in my inventory already. And it didn't replace them, so I think we'll go ahead and create a new character, because I'm trying to figure out costume ideas. So got a bunch of different things. I want to mess with the costumes and show you guys how to use them. So I'm not going to fix that for the moment, because I believe that if I just create a new character, that I'll get new items and that won't be an issue anymore. My nose is itchy. Need to learn to ignore it. Okay, come on. Of course, loading this will kill the stream. That much we know. So you guys have a good week. Alright, so we're going to create a new character. I almost forgot. So let's do a... elf. I'm gonna do like a devil first. So let's select the Godwin male, because they have horns already. I don't have to worry about horns. We'll randomize his name. I don't like that one. Kulan. Kulan sounds cool. I was gonna say, can I make his skin super red already? I can. Well then, shoot. Maybe a devil isn't a good idea then, because like already you can get pretty close to a devil even without the costume. So let's just reset that. Oh, that's interesting. It didn't. Okay, there it goes. All right, let's give him some clothes so he's not walking around mostly naked. Okay. And we can change the color and stuff in the game if I decide to. Play. Hopefully it will give me the wand, the admin wand. So that's the other question that I have for the chat. Um, do you think I should, for the Halloween town, for the trick-or-treating, basically build a town from scratch with plots, that people can claim, or find an existing town and then like chop it up and take existing buildings and assign those to people? I figured we'd want to build our buildings from scratch, but I could do it either way. The thing about constructing a town from scratch is I can do it in code, and lay out all the roads and stuff. Oh, I didn't promote those warp targets. Oh, this is gonna suck. Maybe we don't do it this way. Although the town is just over here. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over. 1, 2, 3 down. Let's go 7 over. Okay, so let's show the debug. Warp. Warp. So we want to go. I can't tell what that says. It says, so we want to go down to about 30,000, and what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so about minus 14,000. So minus 14,000, 30,000. Let's try that. Warp. Minus 13,000, 40,000, I think. Gosh, I hope I didn't get this wrong. Let's put a height in there. Okay. Alright, let's bring the map up again, see where I end up. Bad things are happening. Oh, I'm nowhere near where I meant to be. Yeah, shoot. Alright, this is going to take forever, so let's not do it this way. Let me real quickly... client server mods Halloween blah blah blah. No, 2025 starter basket 1.blocks source main resources objects. Oops. Items. Nope. Models items. Client server mods 2025. What did I? It's a different sign. Source main resources models objects. All right, let's just load the regular. Let's load Adela again so that we can at least promote the mark. I prefer to edit in the desert because even when it gets dark outside, it's still pretty bright. Yeah, it's got to rebuild all the... Had to repackage the jar file. Man, we're wasting time. I did find my documentation, though, by the way, for the scripting. Like, it was actually checked into source control, so I have my... all this. I need to build it out a little better, but I should publish this when I publish this mod for other people to use as an example. I took a nap earlier and I slept funny, and now like this arm doesn't want to lift up. It's weird. It's just like that top muscle doesn't want to move. All right, let's play. She's already got a pretty decent costume anyway. But this way, what I'll be able to promote the mark that I've already created, like as an admin, as a server admin. Not so as a player, you can mark locations that you can warp to. That's part of the test engine. It's not going to be a feature of the real game. And then as a server admin, and when you're playing single player, you are an admin by default. You can promote. So like in here, if I go to the warp menu, I have, oh, I don't even have a target here. I must have wiped them out. So we will make one. So what is the name of this town that I'm already, Cost. Okay, so let's, whoops. All right. Yeah, by the way, this is the candy bowl that I've built. So that'll be our candy bowl. We place that, and that's what people have to click on to trick or treat at our houses. Mark cost. So now that's my list of marks, and then I can remark cost. And so now it'll be, it's a world marker. So anybody logged into this server, which is only single player. But yeah, so see, even, I mean, I know it's like dark for you guys, but in the desert, it's like even the dark is not so dark. But anyway, we'll pause time at something reasonable here. So let me place a couple of these. I should be able to open my inventory now. Yeah. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, Lando. How's it going? So let me find, is this it? The Halloween, yeah. Okay, so let me make a couple more of these signs, so that I can test player counts and things. Uh-oh. Ah, yeah. Okay, so this should be an unclaimed, yep. So we got like I'm gonna make a couple unclaimed properties, just so we can test counts later. Okay, so let's make some costumes, eh? So maybe, even though she's a girl, let me play with, so I had some ideas that I wrote down. If you guys have ideas for costumes you want me to try, I could do this. So Devil, it's like, nah, can already just color the skin, hair, get 99% there. So not very interesting. So weird corpse thing. I was just going to play around with some ideas. But the Lone Ranger, so I'm trying to think of ideas that would show off the hats, not just the mask. But Lone Ranger is like a very basic hat, so I don't know if that helps anyway. But I don't know what I would do for a weird hat thing. But I was going to play with a mask. So let's make it like a death mask or something. Death mask. And who knows, maybe something like this could show up in the game for one of the cults or something. So one of the things I noticed, so there's a couple bugs that made it in here. I'll show you. Normally, when you click on the top part of the hat, it will fill in the bottom too, because you can actually show temporarily like this, you know, so you can see that it puts both sides. But there actually is two sides. What was the URL for the server? If you play the game and you go to join single player game, it will list it. Oh, except for it won't. It's supposed to list it in the list of servers, but that requires that it download it. It actually connects to Mythruna.com to figure out what the public server list is. So I wonder if that's not working. But it is, trying to think how to tell you without running another server. So the public server should be listed in your, let me run, let me save my hat, my death mask, and let's go ahead and leave the world. I think. Oh, you saw it? Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I'm going to exit the game anyway because sometimes it's supposed to work that you can jump right back in, but yeah. So to those who don't know, if you are on the regular menu and you go, oh yeah, somebody's joining. So when you go to the join multiplayer menu, if you give it a second, it'll load this. If you guys make public servers and keep them up all the time, I can add your servers to this list as well. But this is the one that's run by me. Then you can connect and log in and join and so on and so forth. And that's where the trick-or-treating will happen. And that's where you want to make your costumes. Oh, but let me show you. So let's do a rundown of the basics. So you can actually create costumes in single player, export them, and then there's a key binding to export. And then if you join my server, you can create a new piece of clothing and import that. I will show you the process real quick. So, let's go back to Adela. Yeah, I wonder if WordPress has come back yet. Man, that bugs me. I had so much to do this weekend that was not messing with websites. Okay, I can close this now. Okay, let's make it bright outside. Come on. Doink, 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 doink. That's probably good enough. Okay. Alright, am I still equipped with the... Nope, it unequipped it because I removed it and re-added it. Alright, so we got all those... Okay, that's right, we were messing with clothing anyway. It's like ash hat sounds almost bad. So let's go back to my death mask. Okay, and we'll edit that. Right, so you get your little instructions. You can go and you can view the head or the bust. Like the bust is useful if you need to line up stuff with the neck of the shirt, which can happen if you wanted to have like a tall collar or a mask that connects to the thing, like if you're making Spider-Man or something. So let's say, those who've never done this before, if you right-click it, whatever swatch you have selected here, if you right-click, it places it. Man, my nose is really itchy. And if you left-click, it removes it again. And you can layer stuff. So if you have like this, oh, the other thing is now there's a mirror mode. Although the mirror edit means that when I do on one side, it'll do on the other side, which is really good for making symmetrical clothing, and it works for the arms and stuff. It does not. I did not get it to work. I forgot to make it work for the masks and the hats, so it's annoying. The other bug is there's a place on the hat that doesn't push it through to the bottom. Like, see, it didn't push it through to the bottom. So there's like this one little area of the hat that's broken. I have to fix that. There'll be another release before. Hey, Ron, how's it going? So, yeah, I got like something itching my nose. There we go. So anyway, so say you've got, so I've got this mirror edit on. Oh, so yeah, you can layer things too. Like I was going to say, like if you have picked like some of the things that aren't full, let me pick a different kind of fabric so you can check different kind of fabric. Maybe we'll do metal, black steel. You can layer it on top and it will show the stuff underneath. And it knows the layers, so if you come and click that, you can just remove those on the top, and then you can keep clicking, left clicking to remove. But let's say we've got like something we like. This is not it, but let's say we liked that. Whatever you've got named here, you can hit the X key, and it will export this configuration out to a file. And so then, let me delete all this stuff because I don't want to save this for real. So let's say we saved that, or we want to make it, so I want to import that on the server. I would connect to the Mythruna server, and I'd go into my character and I'd say new clothing, and then I hit Control X, and it'll pop up a menu of all the things you've exported. So I could go back here and I could find that death mask thing that I said, and I can select that, and it will just import that in, and I can call it something new and save it. I don't want to save that because that was just dumb, but you get the idea. So you can actually edit. So if for some reason you can't connect to the server, or you prefer to just make the stuff locally or whatever, you can edit clothing locally in a single player game and export that and re-import it to the server. Also useful if you want to keep costumes across different local worlds. Alright, so let's mess with what were we gonna do? Oh yes, this weird death mask thing. So I'm gonna unshow the hat because I'm just gonna play with the thing here. I think what I want to do is, like the linen, I want to have like I just want to cover the whole thing. No, not angles. I want a square. So I'm just going to cover the whole head in like bandages kind of thing. So this is the tedious part because there's no flood fill. But you know, you get kind of a zen thing. So these arrows are supposed to show you what the top is. And the top is important when you have like these partial things. So if you had like the angles and you say like top left, you know, that's this. So that'll go in the direction of the arrow. Also, if you have like the edges put hard, I don't know if you can see that, but it basically makes a hard edge there so that it catches the light. And so that'll also be in the direction of the arrows. So these are all like you'd expect, they're up. But for things where the orientation might be weird, like the top of the head, this is up, so your triangle will go in that direction. It doesn't matter what rotation you have here. The triangle will always go in the direction of where up is. The same thing for under the chin. There's a little arrow here. So that's, you know, up and left. That's what up means. And if I flip it around, you know, up is still towards the direction of that arrow. So that's why that arrow is there. And the hard edges are good for making, you know, seams and things. So, for example, so I've got, you know, my squares filled in here, and I want to like show a seam. I can come here and I can add edges. Like if I wanted to make a raised area, I could add edges all around, and I could put it here, and then you can kind of see how, let me move closer. You can kind of see how it catches the light and makes a seam. So that's an actual layered piece on there. So you can kind of control, you know, the edges of your stuff, which gets important at some point. So anyway, I think what I want to do is cover the whole head in white. It's very straightforward here. And then we'll see what it looks like on her. So that's the other thing, is when you create a clothing like this and you wear it on your character, it makes a copy of that when it wears it. So if you come back and make changes later, you have to remove it and put it back on if you want the changes to show up. Because these are like, it's kind of like the same with objects, the blueprints. When you place an object in the world, that's permanent. It doesn't automatically update when you go and update the object because you've actually placed it in the world. It's real. Okay, there's something weird going on with the normals of this shape anyway. So we get this fully covered, and I may go ahead and save this as a base, because for any... So let me show you what I mean. So I fill it all in, and then I may just save this as, you know, blank, because you can actually do search replace to replace the existing fabric. Why has everything got to be so itchy as soon as I get on a live stream and my hands are busy? Okay, so like I could save myself time next time if I save this as a kind of a blank mask. So we'll call it blank head, blank head, blank head, and this actually will overwrite the one that I was working on. So save it. So now there should not be a death mask anymore, huh? Did it fail to save? No. Maybe I have to like exit and come back out. So come back here, clothing. Okay. Yeah, it's not expecting you to change the name. So now we have blank head. So now we could create, we could copy that. So we can copy blank head to, copy that to death mask. So now we'll make our death mask. And I just wanted to play with some of the weirder, shapes. So like, I wanted like maybe put some, make it look like the mouth is sewn shut. So let's do like black suede. And we'll do like this. Oh yeah, the mouth is like it's a line right there. So I'm gonna have to do fall bottom, I think, and then fall top. Okay, and then I'll do rise bottom, which will be the other half, and rise top. You can kind of see what it's going to look like there, the preview. So now I've got like this little, looks like the mouth has been sewn shut kind of thing. We could, so there's the, I wonder what the button would look like. Center. What if we put that over the eye? So that's not the right place for that. Yeah, I see. So let's try putting it right here. So we could similarly do diagonal laces. Where is the, I think we could do like this. So let's get rid of the little eyeball things that I did. So yeah, this will be kind of fun. Rise center, boink, 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 boink. So yeah. And then actually I think I have a horizontal, yeah, but they're only the, I don't think that's what I want. Like, that's going to be, yeah. But I could do a bar. And so that would, yeah. Actually, I like the idea of that. But I think maybe what I'll do instead, because I don't have laces vertical. It's actually a, oh, I do. So I could get rid of these and do this instead. And then come back with the diagonals. And let's, what would it look like if I did horizontal laces over? Shouldn't it be one cross per, yeah, but it's like the, yeah, you may be right. That might look okay. Let me see. I just think that, like the positioning's not really right. See? Although I could use the same trick I did with the other. So we could do fall left here and fall right here. And same over here. Oops, wrong place. There we go. And fall left. And then do the similar thing for rising. Yeah, this might be okay. Rise up. Rise right. Yeah. Okay. So, and then, maybe to make it look even freakier, we could put like some leather belts and buckles and things. Could you make it a bit uneven in the eye area? I don't know what you mean. Like, I'm limited to a grid. So I can only place things in a certain way, you know, on the grid. Like, there's two grid lines right here. So there's a square here and a square here. If you know what I mean. I could have added a seam underneath them. Same with the mouth, to make it look like there's a sewn together seam there. Maybe that will be interesting. But I'm not sure what you mean by uneven in the eye area. Let's see what happens if I, just on one side, let's use an edge. So if I put, and if I put the down version, does it line up? It does. Oh, I see. So they'll be different, like they look confused almost. Yeah, so I like the slit here. I think I'm going to do that for the mouth too. That's definitely a little creepy. Oh, the mouth is going to be different because it's the top and the bottom. So let's do one edge here and a down edge here. Yeah, see, that's already looking pretty freaky. Vertical slits for the mouth area? That could work too. I like that idea. So let's remove these. Let's try it with this. So let's try both vertical and horizontal. So we'll do like this, and then one like right here, and one right here. And I can, yeah, that'll work. So let's get rid of these and do the same thing the other way. Boink. But you guys are really good at coming up with strange ideas. Okay. Yeah, so that already kind of looks freaky, even before I put the slits on. Okay, so now let's do our laces again. Let's do suede, and maybe let's just do dark this time, because then they'll be brown instead of black. So diagonal laces, yeah, that's the one we want for here, here, and here. And then fall top for here, here, and here. And then rise bottom, rise up, and rise top. I can't wait to see what this looks like on her. And you know what? We could actually do a little bit on the nose here to make it like, I don't know if I like that. Actually, for the nose, let's do a vertical slit. Like if there might not sewn shut or anything, but just like there is a seam there that we can't see very well. There we go. And yeah. Okay, that's good enough. Got to get back to this. So let's do fall right. Doink. Doink. Fall left. Doink. Doink. Rise right. Oops. And rise left. Okay. So now we got those. Let's make let's maybe put some like buckles and weird. Yeah, we could make a seam down the middle here. Oops. Yeah, so that's not going to work very well there, but oh yeah, that's going to be wrong way. Okay, so let's make one right next to it. Oops, I forgot to uncheck that, or I didn't click it correctly. Okay, so we got like a seam, and again, I have to do this again on the other side because symmetrical editing doesn't work here. So what is... So just over the second... There we go. Okay, I think that's where the top of the head goes. Yeah. So let's do the other side. Okay, and so then for here, we want to do it like this. I need to back up a little bit. It's too bright. It's actually picking up the daylight from outside of the whatever we've got here. Okay. There we go. Oops. Shoot. Okay, that's good. So that's a seam. Let's make some like buckles and things. So let's find leather, and we want aged leather, regular aged leather. Yeah, there we go. And so we'll make like a buckle that goes across. That's maybe good enough. Yeah, I think I like the shorter one better. And maybe lots of them. Okay, so that's that. And so we'll start at the top over here. Okay, no, I had it right the first time. Boink, 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 boink. And do it the other way along the top. Boink, 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 oops. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. Okay, and then little brass buckles or something. Or not brass. Let's do just wrought iron. Sounds good. Buckle, center, all the things. Oh, no, we gotta do left and right. So we'll do left. It won't work on the top. Let's do the other side real quick while we're here. Oh, wrong place. Boink, 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 boink. And then do the right side. Yes, I'm thinking thinner straps would have worked better for this particular buckle, but oh, and I don't want to have this on. So I need to redo this other side. But anyway, I probably already spent too much time on this. So top, we want these, and we want that here, here, and here. And then bottom, similarly here, here, and here. Okay, so whoever this is fully strapped in, and we actually could do a, let's do a leather aged bar around the neck. And then we'll put a big old buckle right there. So metal, wrought iron, buckle, center, all the things. Doink. Okay, big giant buckle in the middle. This is crazy. All right. So let's put on the death mask here. There we go. Death mask. Wear it. This looks like a crash test dummy. But yeah, that's freaky. Anyway, I think I've shown how to. Oh, so what we could do also is now add like some kind of torture ring on top, right? So let's do new clothing. Let's call it torture crown. Car win? Oh yeah. No cars in the game. Oops. I wonder if we as a human race would have ever developed cars if we had had access to flight early in our like levitation. I've wondered that before. Okay, so we don't want to see the. Yeah, so let's I think maybe make a metal thing that goes around. Let's make it black steel, maybe. And let's do a bar all the way around the head. And we can give it little rivets and stuff, but I also think I want to give it spikes, maybe. Let's make a vertical one too. Maybe. That's gonna have to be something more interesting there. Did I do it ahead of the arrow or behind there? Behind the arrow. Okay. Okay, now we'll do it side to side. Boink, 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 boink. Boink, boink, boink. Okay, so then here we'll what do I want to do here? I need some kind of bridge, or I need to cover it up with a complete. What can I use here? I can use a buckle. Maybe the top part of a buckle to kind of connect the two. Like this. And then the bottom. Yeah, so we'll take this off. And we'll put that back. And so we'll do that, and then, oops, do the bottom one here. Like this. Okay, and then we'll put little spiky things all around of a different kind of metal. Let's do silver. Oops, centered. So we'll just place these periodically. Hey, kind of worked out nice. So it kind of looked like some kind of torture device. And then we could have actually gone through and put spikes underneath, which I kind of like the idea of, but now I've kind of screwed it up. So maybe let's go back to wrought iron and we'll make an angle. Yeah, the spike or bottom left. So what I was thinking is something like this underneath. But that's not really what I want either. What about the small angles? Yeah, that's not really what I want either. I could... I mean, we could put bars back up and down. So the look I'm going for is something like this. Oops. Right. So yeah, to save myself some time, I'm going to do this. And that way I can come through here and put these all back. So the reminder that the C key will pick whatever swatch type is under the cursor. That works even when editing blocks in the game and in the... So that's why I put these up here, because now I can come and I can hit C over this and it'll select that shape. And so then I don't have to hunt for... I don't have to hunt for it in the menu anymore. So this gives me a little more... putting these underneath gives me a little more flexibility with how I connect it to other things. So I can add some spikes and stuff. So now... done with those. So now I can come through here and I can say angle. And we can go back to wrought iron. And see, I can put these spiky things here. I'm just using my imagination. I'm not trying to build anything specific, you know. But probably it should have a strapping this under their chin, right? And so let's find leather. And yes, we want an angle. And I think we want top right. And again, we want aged leather because it looks cooler. Actually, for this one, maybe we'll go with dark aged. So I'm trying to think. I want to bridge the gap. Bar, maybe. Yeah, and then maybe I can... So they almost line up. See? So if I turn off the hat background, you can see how it's going to line up with the actual thing. So I can put another one under here, slip it under, slip it under. Now it kind of looks like it's folded over. Now let's do right to left, boink, 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 boink. And then we can come back and put this little rivet decoration there. So that it's like put on permanently kind of thing. Okay, so now we've got like this torture crown. I think that's, let's see what it looks like on. So anyway, I think I've demoed the editor pretty well now. So this will layer it over what's there. That's funny. We can't really zoom in here, but yeah, I think that looks pretty freaky. Anyway, you kind of see what I was going for. If you want to see what the other clothing I created were, so we got the ash hat, which in the editor looks like this. Yeah, thanks. So in the editor, that looks like this. This is because it's got the wear pattern set up for clothing. You get these weird seams. I may fix that before Halloween. It kind of adds a little character to the texture, but I don't like it because that's, yeah, it's got the wear pattern. So like twill on a body has like wear patterns for the common knees and butt and hips and things, elbows. And since this is reusing the texture for that, for the hat and accessories and things, it's got those weird wear patterns on. Okay, so that's like a hat I created. You can kind of see how that worked. What other hat have I created? Back to selection. Cap helmet. Oh yeah, so I was playing with a bunch of different ideas, right? So we've got this sort of just kind of a helmet on its own. Maybe wear it over chainmail kind of thing. But there's no hat component to this. Chain hood, right? So if you had the chain hood, you could wear any kind of hat over the chain hood. Actually, the chain hood extends down over the shoulders. So this is one of the cases it was really nice to be able to line things up. And so you could have this and put a hat on that, so it makes like a guard outfit, maybe something like that. What else? Dust mask we did. Face helmet. So that's like a helmet that covers the face. Creepy in its own way. So yeah, I really wanted little air holes, but that's the closest I could get. And actually, in these kind of masks, those weren't just air holes. That's how they would see down below, right? Because they couldn't otherwise see down through the... And it would be good if this was like baggier, so to speak, like not right on the face. I mean, this is the mask shape as it is. It is out from the real face if you wear them. Like if we put this on her, like if we go back here, oh yeah, that is freaky. Come across that in the dark. So let's remove the death mask and the torture crown, and we'll put on, what was it we were playing with? The face helmet. I mean, you can't quite see it from here, but it does stand off from her face. It's not right on the thing, and you can see her eyes through the slits there. So that works. Let me go ahead and remove that. What else? There was a... Yes, I had my straw hat. So that's kind of cool. That's using a good deal of the brim and using the frayed edges. Like if we look over here and edit straw hat. Edit clothing. So see, we've got the frayed edges and stuff. And so what else? We have the torture crown, which we just created. I think the mask. Yes, that's the original mask that I did that one live stream. Mask 2. That's one where you can see their eyes, sort of Incredibles style. I was trying to create like a captain's hat, like from a ship, but it looks more like Sherlock Holmes hat, the deer hunter hat. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, the helmet. I guess that's like more traditional kind of helmet. The hat helmet. Okay, so that's the one that's got a hat. So this is the one I was thinking like some kind of pikeman guard soldier thing, and that you would wear this with the let's remove the straw hat and add the chain hood. So that'll go over her clothes there, and then we'll add the hat helmet. And so you can kind of see how the look would go, right? I think it's important to realize that the chainmail, you can actually see through it, right? It's semi-transparent, so you can see her outfit underneath it. If we could get closer to her in this view, you could see better. But anyway, you get the idea. I think if there's no other questions, or if we don't want to work on anything here, I can get back to working on the town. Maybe do a town layout. So what do people think about? Actually, I'm gonna remove her hat because it's distracting when I'm running around. Because you can see the brim of the hat when you're running around. So what do you guys think about laying out a town for the players, and then they just get to pick blank lots and build their own houses? So you guys cool with that? Like, it has a lot of advantages. Oh, I see the middleman joined the game. Hello from the game, test chat. And then he left. Thanks for joining the game, though. I'm trying to find a good spot. Well, I suppose that's another thing we could do, is I could load up the other server. Yeah, so let's do that. So we can see like ideas for actually placing it in the game. So what I was thinking is, let's leave this world and see if it'll let me enter another world. Well, it doesn't cost anything to restart. This is almost free. Yeah, sorry about that. I think it has to do with me running around. You know, that was one advantage of the desert, is that we won't have a lot of AI creatures and stuff taking up CPU. I could have temporarily turned that off too, but let's load the server world. I took a backup and I moved it over here. Except for it's not showing up. Why isn't it showing? It's because the directory's not named correctly. Copy server world dot world. There we go. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Rename is what I want to do. Server world to server world dot world. There we go. I'm assuming the stream is not choppy now, but it's about to be. So single player. Server world. Looks like that. Actually, I can refresh the map. Let's do that real quick. Yeah. So if we had headed south from spawn, we'd have hit like Arctic stuff. Alright, let's select this. Alright. This will make the stream choppy for sure. I wish I had the way to do... wish I had the way to do the streaming from a different computer, but looking at this computer. Because I actually have a way more powerful computer that I just don't normally develop Mythruna on. Okay, so gotta create a new character. Let's, yeah, human female. Kizzy. Well, that's a good name. Alright, we'll just give her some basic clothing. Let's give her a t-shirt, though. Okay, that's good. Save and continue. Kizzy. But see, I can show you real quick once this loads. Oh yeah, because I took the world back up, it won't have the... Yeah, it doesn't matter, we'll find it. So yes, the stream should be very choppy right now. I apologize for that. But while that's loading, I was going to show you, so if you come in here, you do new clothing, and you can come in, you can hit Control X, and that'll have where all your stuff is. And so if I wanted to have, you know, if I wanted to load the green shirt that I had made for my Ash Ketchum costume, so I can save this as green shirt. Save that clothing. And I come over here and I can wear it. So that's one way you can get clothing from one world to another if you have stuff you really like. So anyway, here, let's make it so that you guys can see what's going on. Pause. Okay. And now, warp to the haunted house. Yeah, so the only problem here is that as we walk around, it will be spawning in birds and butterflies and things, and that always adds extra things. So what I was thinking is that I would make, I would build a town near here, like over in these plains over near the haunted house, and create, of course, a center area. So a center area with several like city blocks around it. I think what the plot sizes will be is 20 by 20, but this is something we can play with. So let me see, how big would a city be? Let me jump up and see if there's a flatter area. So this is pretty flat. Maybe it'll be okay to have some hills in the middle. So let's how do I know what my entity ID is? So I've got like these commands that let me grant property, but it's always like a weird thing. Like, how do I... Okay, you guys can't see that. I barely can see it. So like, how do I know what my entity... you can't see that either. That's one bad thing about... there we go. How do I know what my entity ID is? Yeah, see, that's not even going to show me. what I can do is, if I place an object, like a chair, and I look at that chair, nope. What I can do is describe 585012, describe 505812. You get, nah, nobody can read that. Okay, so that is, yeah, that's not helpful. So how do I figure out who I am? I think if I say something, then I can look in the logs. So this is a Kizzy said hello. Yeah, that's not helpful. I thought there was a way to ask about somebody's name. Well, so actually, because I have a mod that I'm editing, let's go and delete this. Actually, that probably just told me. No, it doesn't tell me who did the action. Alright, anyway, what I was going to say is, I have the mod that I'm working on. I can add a command real quick that, I can add a custom server command here that, let's see, let's make a help equals, dump player info. And then so update admin command who am I? Echo you are resolve entity ID activator. I think that's what it would be. Okay, so now I should be able to say who am I? Oops, am I? Oh, you are null. Okay, that's not helpful. Avatar. Oh, yeah, because commands have a different set of things. That's right, I forgot about that. Because I should be able to hit dot and run the same command. There we go. 584747. So let me find a better. Let's like find some place where we have a like nice dark background. We can do this. There we go. Ah, perfect. Okay, so this grant property to me 58. So I really need to make it so it could use names. 584747 city. Granting property to character Kizzy. Yeah, see if I could just say Kizzy instead of the entity ID. Anyway. Boy, that's like a lot of work. Okay, that's not what I want. I want here, I want to go to my property. I want to place my city. Show the property areas. Okay, Kizzy City is going to be big. Place the property. Let's place it right here. Hello, birdie. Okay, and I should be able to come in here and say, can I, okay. So there's a, oh, this is nice. There's like a maximize property, yeah. But I have to know the entity ID of the property. So see, there really ought to be a way. That's dumb. I'm dumb. So somewhere up here, it created the property. So this is something I need to fix. I think it's this 585055. So let's describe that. What did I say it was? 585055. 585055. Boink. Yeah. That's my claim. Okay. So maximize property 585055. Boink. Look at that. Okay, so this is how big and now of course I can that's not really what I wanted. That's how big a city can be normally. This is not really what I wanted because it's intersecting my house. And I think that because I am not the haunted house creator, I shouldn't have been able to do that. But the maximize property is kind of like an admin tool. So, I wonder if it's going to let me move it. Okay, where is the corner? Okay, I got to find... Yeah, see, this corner is going to be inside the... I think as an admin I can move every property. So there's the corner... boy. Boy, if you're not lagging, I'm lagging. Where's my corner? It's inside the... I can barely see it right there. You do not have permission to move objects here. Yeah, see. That's going to be a problem. Okay, so let's do this a little different. Zoom. Where's my center marker? Well, let me just make it really far away this time. So this should be good. So what we'll do is we'll come here and I'll say retrieve it. Retrieve the property. Yes. Place the property right here. And then we want to run the same command again. Boink. Alright. Did it do its own thing this time? Okay, yes. Alright, we have plenty of room now. Okay, so this is like about the size of the property. I probably want to move it such that there are fewer hills over on the one side. Although I could just chop them down. But let's slide things around a little bit. So we're going to do a little counting. Alright, we got a thing floating in the air here, so we should be good. Okay, let's move it to back a little bit. Oh boy. I really needed to be straight when I did this. Okay. So now I should be able to slide this one down. Blink, blink. Blink, blink. Okay, so let's do this until we can't get there. It's not going to work. Okay, it is. Okay, so that's the maximum. And somewhere, yeah, I think that's good. We've got a little bit of a hill here. That might be okay. Alright. So, where'd my property marker go? Right there. So the property marker is where it shows up on the map. And so if I wanted to move it more towards like the center, I could come and drag this over here. Okay, so yeah, that's good enough. For now, that's good enough. Okay, so the idea then would be we have a thing that divides this claim area up into city blocks. Does that sound interesting to work on? Where is... So if I do like this, I just get this. So that's cool. We can see what we are doing. So... Halloween trophy... Trophy pile, trophy... Trophy pile tool. Yeah, that one. But I think what I want to do is make a command that so we'll put that down here. I really should put it in its own file, but we're going to chop up city. Chop. Okay, and let's see, where are we? How do we get... I think I have the property API open. Base property.groovy. How do I tell which property I'm in? Get claim activator location. Let's try... How do I get who I am in a server command? Oh, avatar. So let's try that. Let's f claim equals get claim avatar avatar location, and then echo claim. Oh yeah, we bypassed a whole bunch of logs because I had it frozen. Okay. Uh-oh, Pepsi's gone. We're on waters now. Oh yeah, that's going to take a while. I mean, if I cover it up, it'll go faster. That's what I call it, chop. Okay, so boink, boink, chop. Error, couldn't, command not found chop. Oh, so it hasn't loaded it yet. Let's see, we've got Pepsi. Not a fan of Coke. I'll drink it out of the fountain, but I'm not a fan. Command not found chop. Did it fail to load that script? It did. It says type already exists, trophy ghost. Oh no. Oh, I'm editing the wrong file. That's fine. This is the one I want to be editing. Duh. Okay. That one should have worked. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Again, we are in the situation where we can't easily read the I'm gonna run time forward just a little bit. There we go. I think we can all still see, but now this text will show up a lot better. Okay. Available archetypes, entity ID. Shoot. But why not, though? But why, though? But why, though? Why, though, right? Base property. Why do you need an activator? I mean, technically you don't. Why did we bother to take an activator if we don't need it? So I can actually just call find claims loc and find the claim I'm interested in. Yeah, so that's why, because, okay, that's dumb. Alright, where'd my thing go? I should have... There we go. So... No, we don't want to claim it. Let's just... Let me just echo all the claims for a second. Found equals null. Echo claim. I should only find the one, I think. And this needs to be avatar location. Okay, so we actually find a bunch because it's going to get all of them for the tile. And so we do need this part. Def loc equals avatar location. Yep, so then I can change this to loc. Okay, let's do chopping again. Choppa. Help. There we go. Chop. Okay, so yep, we found just the one. Yep, that's the one we're in too. Whee! Okay, so then claim area. I'm gonna see if claim area is in world space or something else. Twink. It is in world space. That is perfection. And so what we can do with that is we can chop it up. So what I was working out is, so if we want to say found equals claim, chopping up found. If not found, echo could not find a property at this location. Return. So this just to verify that we're all hooked up right to do the thing we want to do. Uh-oh. But you said you found it. Oh. Shoot. Yeah. Typos. Scripting typos are dangerous. Okay. Okay, so we're in a property. And what I was thinking is like chopping it up like a bunch of city blocks that are like 2x4 or 2x6 plots of 20x20. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to like put blocks above the surface, you know, and anywhere there isn't already a block, so we can just kind of see how that will look. And then they're easy to remove. The script could remove them again. But let me see. Yeah, the Halloween Halloween mod. So like this kind of thing where there's, you know, 2 plots in the corner, 2x4 plots here. Although we could do, and then you know, in this kind of arrangement with a big center area where I could put like the Halloween dungeon where, you know, where we go and hit the trophy and, you know, that kind of thing. And so these would be roads that go all the way around, you know, so that everybody's front door or whatever it could be. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. But let's see how it turns out. So what do we want to do? We want to say plot size equals 20. Road width equals, I think 6 is what I want. And then road margin equals 1. And so we want to, oh, this will be interesting. What do I want to do? I think I could do it all with math, or I could do something more clever. So if I say something like this, and then for each of these I could define what I want to be here. So if we want this to be an intersection, we could do, yeah, so I think I like this idea. So we want horizontal road there, another intersection here, four horizontal road sections there, another intersection, oops, another intersection here, and then 2 plus. So what's that going to be? If this is all 20, so this is going to be 8 plus 40, so 48, 56, plus another 80, so 136, something like that. I'm just making sure we can still fit within our, okay, yeah, we can. In fact, I could give a little buffer to each lot, which is probably not a bad idea. Okay, so then what I can do is, I can use this to define each row of the city layout, and then I can be smarter about, so this would need to be a plus, or vertical. This would also need to be vertical. So you'll see what I'm saying in a second. It'll all sort of turn into a little map. When I first started writing games in like BASIC on the old IBM PC, we'd define a lot of our graphics like this. So this would be, let's, what do we want to make as a plot? What character do I want to use for that? Pound sign. So that'd be a plot. Plot. And so to make the sprites and things for your game, you'd always have these data structures at the top that you'd fill in. And so then you'd like start to see, like, see, you can almost see the map forming. So in this case we want, in the middle we just want spaces. It's going to be an open courtyard. And then 2, 3, 4. Yep, just like that. And then like this. Okay, so that's our town layout, right? And that has what, 8, 16, 24, 32, and then another 16, so 48. So I'll have 48 plots, which is more than if we have 6 people make houses, I think I'll be surprised. But anyway, as a mathematics exercise, we've got this going on. So then what we can do is we can build from the lower corner. So let's say base x base equals, let's see, area equals claim area. And what did I say? That's going to be, oh, it's min and max, and they're vec3i's. Cool. I think we'll just leave it like that. X size equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or size. We just say size because it's the same in both directions. For int I equals 0, I is less than size, I plus plus j. Okay, so that's going to go through our thing, so we can say cell, or not, it's char equals, actually, yes, I bet there's strings. We'll just say, we don't care. And because it goes the same in both directions, it doesn't really matter, and so then we can say switch cell case plus, we'll draw an intersection, case that, we'll draw a road in that direction, case that, we'll draw a road in that direction, case pound, we'll just make a lot, and yeah, so default will do nothing. Right? Break. Okay, let's see if that's going to parse okay. It did. Awesome. Alright, it's only 10:30. Cool. Okay, so let's make some things. Def draw horse road, and we want that to take a location. Yep, that's it. And maybe a size. Yeah, so length, width. And so for this, we'll say draw horse road. Oh, so this will be the interesting part. We need to x base equals 0, z base equals 0. And then as we get through each of these, they're going to add different amounts. So this will add... Oh, that can't work. That can't work. Well, so we can use... What we can do is int cell width equals, by default it will be 20, but we're going to do def column equals cells I comma 0. And so the cell width is going to be based on whatever this is. So if it's a plus, we're only going to make it, basically road width plus margin times 2. So switch call. If it's this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's this, those are the only ones we have to deal with. Then cell width equals road width plus margin times 2, or road margin times 2. And then, yep, otherwise cell width equals 20, or plot size. That's what this should have been. Actually, so we only had to do the one check. So we just say if cells blah 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 equals plus, then otherwise it's they're all the same except for these one special cases where we've got like a road instead of plots. Okay. And so that's all good. And then at the end of the loop, x base plus equals cell width. And then in here, we want to do something similar for row equals, row equals cells 0j and cell height equals also plot size. I got distracted for a second by my own thoughts. Oh, so we don't even have to bother. Like, do the same as we did above. Equals plus cell height equals boink, 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 boink. Okay. This is going to compile? No, I got something screwed up. Case. Oh no. Is it not going to let me do switch cases? It complained about that. Oh, because I didn't finish writing. That's stupid. So location, length, and width. Okay, so for location, we want area dot, what is it? Min dot add x base 0. Oh, we're gonna have to also do z base plus equals cell height, and then z base equals 0 up here. Z base 0, so we reset it. Okay, so then we want to add x base and z base plus 1 in this case because we want the road to plus the margin, road margin, and then length is plot size and width is road width. Okay, so that should compile. Yep, it did. Okay, so now we can like at least draw one thing so that we can see if everything's working. For int I equals 0, I is less than length, I plus plus. For int j equals 0, j is less than width, I plus plus. And then I think we can just say, oh, we're going to want to find the block type. But I think for now, how do I get the height? I think there's a world API. Hope you guys are still with me. It says 5 of you still here. We're gonna see something in a second, so definitely hang around. Yeah, so that's different. Is there a place where... Oh, my path tool. Let me look at my path tool. Boink. Path tool. Because I definitely get the height. Where do we get the height? Terrain.get elevation. Where is terrain? Terrain is the data there. I actually want the real height. But that's okay. That's going to be slow, though. Trying to figure out what the elevation is at the point I'm standing. And so what we want to do is something like this. But we kind of want it to cache. So let's make a get elevation loc. Let's call it int x, int z. And for now, we will do the slow way. From world x, comma 0, comma z. We'll get the tile. I think that's... I don't have to grab the tile manager. Right? Nope, just should be around. Okay. So we get the tile. Then we get the terrain. Then we return terrain.get elevation def origin tile id.get world null x minus origin dot x z minus origin dot z. Okay. So int h equals get elevation loc.x plus I loc.z plus j, and then we want to set first we want to get the world get world cell int existing equals world get world cell loc dot add new vec3d loc.x plus I loc dot just h plus, let's say 5 or 2. Let's try 2. Loc dot z plus j. If existing is not equal to 0, that's supposed to be get world cell. I think this is it, and then set world cell. We'll just set it to 1. See what happens. All right. After all of that, Let's see if we can get some frame chuggies making garbage. Boy. Really? 338. Control Shift G. Control Shift G. 338. Claim. Oh, found. Alright, let's try again. Chopping, 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 chopping. We're marking a whole bunch of things dirty. Boy, we're doing destructive things if it's not working right. But this is why we would normally want to do this as part of a transaction. So we're modifying a lot of the world all at once. And I don't... yeah, so we're kind of blocked from... oh no, we can look it around while it's happening. We can't move, but we can look around. I feel like this is not doing what I wanted, and maybe I should have run some smaller tests first. Is it just updating the same ones over and over again? What was that? Oh, it's just telling me things are going slower than they're supposed to. Oh! Is it gonna finish? No. I don't know if it's doing anything. Yeah, I should have done smaller just chunk. Wow. It's definitely making too many modifications. Well, and for one thing, oh, I guess it did have a lot of horizontal roads to draw. Still drawing. Oh boy. I think I see something over there. See, it could just be drawing and redrawing them all in the same place. Let me make sure my for loop isn't screwed up. Nope, for I, for j. So we could have set like size to be 2 temporarily, and then it would have just done the one corner. It is still going. We should also probably print what cell it's working on. Echo and cell I, j. Yeah, I still can't move. Well, it's writing a bunch of stuff. Yeah, see, I'm not even really turning. I can look down my own body. Alright, I might have to kill this. It's a pretty view. Yeah, because I may have wanted to do this in a smarter way. There's a... I think I did in... like when I do the building inserts Like, I have a tool that lets me place buildings, and it's faster than this. Alright, I'm going to let that die. And then we can come back in and see what nightmare we've created. Yeah, I have to kill it. Alright. Alright, smaller script and a script that shows progress. That'll be good. I got some weird errors there, so we'll see if this actually works. So I think I tried to start it again too quickly after killing the first one. Alright, Kizzy, let's see what's going on. How badly did we screw up this world? Fortunately, it's a fresh server archive, so I could just reset the world too. Okay, did it actually place any blocks anywhere of reasonable... See, I really think it was just iterating over the same stuff. Alright, let's see what time it is. Yep. Pause. Alright, what did we do? Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. That was unexpected. We made a road. Yeah, I knew it was going to be the error block. That's fine. But yeah, this road just kept going. That's not right. So yeah, if we had let this keep going, something in my loop is messed up. How far does this go? We may want to see. Actually, I can see it way off in the distance. Yeah, so we've created this road. Nice. Alright. Well, that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. So there is something wrong with our loops. And now we shall try again. Well, that's the other thing, is it just kept going. It wasn't even doing a full width. So the bug is in here. Oh yeah, here it is, right there. Classic. Okay, so now we're doing a smaller test. Yep. Size is 2. Yeah, alright. Let's say chop. Ah, see, that's way more reasonable. When we're not just filling in the whole planet with a giant we're not filling the whole planet with a giant road that goes on to infinity. I wonder how so after the live stream I may actually walk down there and see how far it got, and I might let you guys know. Okay, so we should be able to more safely expand our algorithm a bit. And so let's draw an intersection draw intersection. The same. We just want to do that. Plot size, or road width, and road margin. It's just draw intersection. It's not horizontal. They're all the same. Okay, so let's make another one. We'll be extra careful about our loop variables this time. Loc, size, margin. Okay. So we want to be plus margin times 2. Or we could, just for the sake of, just for now, x plus I plus margin. Plus margin. In fact, let's int x equals x. Loc.x plus I plus margin. Oh, that's yeah, I got these backwards. Z equals loc.z plus j plus margin. That way we don't have to like xz x comma z. Oh, x comma h comma z. H plus 2. X comma z. Okay. So let's do chop again. No such property width. Ah, yes. Size. Chop. Okay, so it should have drawn a little that is not really what I expected. Because where's the sun? The sun's that way, so this is x, so it's drawing this in the right direction, but I expected this to be over here. Alright, let's try it again. Zero. So that is expected. That is also expected. But why then is it not drawing the road where I expected it to draw a road? So let's also so here it should have been drawing So let me open the debug again, because I'm pretty sure this is why. Yeah, so we should have been growing this way. That was fine. But our it's like Y base didn't get reset, and we shouldn't have been drawing anything here at all. So it's 0, 0. Oh no, it's okay. I know what's wrong. We've got our I's and our J's mixed up when we're doing this. Rows and columns, kids. So it should have been J0. Oops. That should have been 0, I, J, 0. Oh, 0. This should be J, I. And now if we chop, there we go. Alright, but first, we kind of want to clear anything that was already there. Clear cell area.min cell width, cell height, and steal that for a second. Def clear cell. Loc width height. And then we do something like this. Nope. This one we just want to say if it equals 1, we'll clear it. There we go. Because that should clear out what we already put. Except it didn't. Oh, I know what's wrong. Int val equals maskutils get type existing type equals 1, because those will have masks and things, so they won't be pure. There we go. Okay, so we start to build our thing. So now we can make a vertical road. Vert road. I just want to be able to see sort of what the layout of the city will be. And so this will be, we'll just flip them like this. J, 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 J. I think that's all we need to do. And so I think this will work. Except for this needs to be here instead. Okay, so this should get us more, a little bit more of the road network. So yep, we got a little road going this way. Okay, so we ought to be able to expand out our city block a little bit, our size. So let's up it to 4. Let's not get crazy. So that should be you know, one full city block. Okay, so this is basically the size of 2 plots, 2 by 2 plots. Do you guys, I mean, whoever's still here, do you guys think this will be big enough? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because it's conforming to the terrain. So let me put markers to show what a house size will be. Basically, I used the same plot size for villages, which more than covers a normal building. But let's make a draw plot loc size. And so for this, we want to do something similar to here, except we will only do it if I equals 0. If I is not equal to 0, or j is not equal to 0, continue. And this, yeah, draw plot, okay. And so we'll only draw like one leading edge. Draw plot. Okay. And so we chop again. Uh-oh. Error, no such property margin for class. Okay. That's true. Alright, let's try again. Oh yeah, I was a little too restrictive, right? I only drew the corners. But maybe that's okay to kind of see what a plot size would look like. So is this a big enough plot for a house? I could increase the plot sizes to 32. I think that still works. So like this little square here, right? From here. So that. Let me make it a full square so that we can see, because I meant to say if I not and, because I inverted my, anyway. Right? So one of these squares would be the size of a house. But the thing is, I don't want to make them too big because just because I want to make sure we can walk from house to house, right? So I'm thinking 20, which is more than enough to fit a normal city building. I'm thinking that'll be good, and it'll make it for a pretty big town. So let's see what a full-size town would look like, eh? Let's go ahead and make this the full 12. And hope I didn't make another bug. Alright, boink, oops, boink, boink. So it's filling it all in. So this is the idea of the town. So this would be plenty of plots. So I could make fewer plots and make them bigger. That would be an option. Like I could have each of us get this whole square, like of 4 of these plots. That would give us what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total plots, which probably isn't more than enough. But on the other hand, we could continue to use these for future Halloweens potentially too. So anyway, I kind of think this is okay. Although we still got plenty of room too. What if, let's try increasing them to 24. Okay, let's see what that looks like. First I want to make a version that doesn't do anything. And yeah, we still got logs pumping through even though we can move. Okay, so let's just clear all the existing cells at the existing cell height and width, right? So this should clear our... Right, all clear. Okay, so now we can change the plot size to 24. See what that does. Leave the roads all the same. And then turn this back on. Okay, yeah, this is never gonna finish. Oh yeah, it's trying to like... It's actually already done, right? That's just the logs catching up. So if I cover them up, they might go faster. Alright, so let's try chopping again. Okay, so this is the slightly bigger version. Do you think that's too big? Is this okay? Oh, you know, it's not any bigger. Right? I didn't actually change the size, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, let's just see. Is it really 24? I think it definitely is bigger. Right? Yeah, it's definitely bigger. These are definitely bigger. Yeah, because we're also into this much sooner too. So this is what I'm thinking of for the size. I think this is okay. Or did we prefer the 20? This definitely gives me a little more room in here to make a center part of the dungeon. I feel like 32, so like you could almost fit a whole haunted house in one of these squares, and the haunted house was pretty big. Right. Wow, we're awful laggy. Probably the live stream's choppy too. So you could almost see, you could almost fit. Let me just stand on top of the house for a second. Let the world catch up with me. So you could almost fit an entire... Oh. Haunted house in one of these sections. I think I have my extractor one we could see. This is the extractor one. Okay. Haunted house blocks. Yeah, so we could see what the haunted house would look like. The haunted house is really big. It's bigger than a normal city plot for sure. So let's see if we place this in this plot right here. I'm inside the haunted house, guys. Okay. Oh, I really am inside. Oh, wow. That's not helpful. Let's raise it up a little. Oh, my goodness. Why can't I raise it up? Oh boy. It's, I think, because it's getting caught on the terrain. Anyway, see, do I have a better house? Let's like check the desert warehouse. Or what was this? Oh boy. That's a house with, oh, so yeah, that's a block object that we don't actually have the blocks for. What is this? This might be an early version of the haunted house. Yeah, so this is an earlier version of the haunted house, and you can see that it almost fits in one of these plots. So I could probably... Yeah, so this is like... it doesn't have the full height yet. Oh, why won't it let me drag? I'm supposed to be able to drag and place these. Here we go. Oh, I can't raise it up any higher without standing on something, I think is what it works out to be. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, this haunted house almost fits in a city in one of these blocks. Oh, we're caught on the tree. But, so I think this is a good size. Well, because the haunted house is like ridiculous. But anyway, so I think this is a decent size. Of course, you could always cheat and log in 2 different characters and use that to kind of create your own. Yeah, I was trying to get around that tree. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll make this so that it'll put the roads in the ground and kind of level out things a little bit. But I want to get a layout. So what I wanted to make sure was that we could still walk from house to house and go to everybody's front door without having to walk a bajillion miles, but also give everyone a decent sized plot to make some kind of little building. And of course, if I make them too big, then people feel like maybe they have to fill it. I don't know. Smaller, and it doesn't have to be a Halloween themed house either. It can just be like a cool building you want to make and you just want to show off. That's fine too. So anyway, if I get comments on the video about the plot size, I may change it. I've still got time, so I'll be creating the plots later this week, this coming week. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking, guys. Something like this. This will be the Halloween town. Halloween town. What did it end up calling it on the map? Kizzy's City. Yeah, so we'll rename that. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to end it. Is there any other last minute comments or concerns or questions? Otherwise, I'm going to start the thank you process, as I call it. Alrighty. Oops. Uh-oh. There we go. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this. I'm going to kill Mythruna because it's just lagging. So thanks for joining. Please like, comment, subscribe. Yep. Comment if you think of the plot size is wrong or good or whatever. That's probably the one I'll go with unless I get a lot of comments otherwise. Smaller, bigger, whatever. That's cool. Just let me know. And thanks a lot. I'll catch you next time.